Well then, isn't that interesting? Anyway. Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to Negative Rebirths. That's one way to go now, isn't it? Let's see. I actually don't know if this puts us in the tutorial as soon as you lose, or not. But, let's see if he's level 1. He is. And let's see. It does tell us to hold the block. Okay, so, for those of you that don't know what negative, I always call negative rebirths, but negative bloodlines. It's basically the game mode that is it's just a challenge mode that unlocks some unique gear that is rather situationally good. Yep, Yep, that was definitely a scratch. Okay, I didn't know. That's my bad. I'll stop. I'll just block him. There we go. Okay, we'll make the rest of these fast. But what you need to do to access negative rebirths is what we're going over. So the first thing you have to do, if you didn't just fail a negative rebirth like I just did, negative bloodline, you're going to click restart rebirth 1. And from there, you're going to proceed through the tutorial, just like normal, you know? You're going to play around, you're going to dodge when you need to dodge, you're going to parry when they tell you to parry, all the way up until they demand that you super. Then, that's where things get funky. Because I'm going to ask you to die. And that's okay. That's the whole goal of how you get into negative bloodlines. Let's get through these real fast. This is like my 5th time trying to record this. Today, specifically. I have been working on this video for far too long for what it is, honestly. But, with that in mind, note, maybe please like the video, because it's taken me a lot longer than I expected to get it done. Especially with how easy this is. It's mostly just like audio issues and stuff. But, yeah. So, this is where we figure out what to do, okay? So we're gonna go against big guy over here, and it's gonna ask us to super after we parry break him the first time and slash him 3 times. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna parry him 1, 2, and 3, and it should be... Oh, alright, fine. We'll do it that way. Still fine. Okay, so now it's gonna tell us to super. And after we super, we're not going to combo like it says. Instead, we will slash him exactly 40 times is the minimum, at least. But I'm just going to slash him for a hot minute while I explain, okay? So you're going to slash him 40 times, and then you're going to kill your character. All without comboing. And you can combo after you slash 40 times, but you need to die before you win the fight. So the reason that I know that it's 40 times is because I've gotten into the game's files, and there is a line of code that literally just says special tutorial event equals 40, something like that. It's not quite what the variable is called, but it equals to 40. And if you change that variable and try to do this again, like in my case, I changed it to 1, and then tried this. So I supered him, slashed him once, and then killed myself. And in doing so, I got the 6 question marks needed and instantly set up negative bloodlines. I find that really interesting, and honestly, it's something to talk about in another video, but this game has a lot of editing capabilities, at least, without much effort. And this is how you clear yourself, by the way. I do exhaustion dodges, because each one takes 5% of your health. But basically, you can get into the game files and change the stats of almost anything, whether it's weapons, weapon names, weapon models, if you have access to, like, UE3 model stuff. But yeah, so it's kind of cool. We know the exact number on that is 40. I'm probably a little bit rambly with how I explain all that, but yeah, we should see here, it should say question, 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 question. You're gonna click that, and all of a sudden, wow, it's negative bloodlines. Who would have guessed? This is why I call them negative rebirths, is that right there. So, the gimmicks of this, I've gone over this a few times to myself apparently now. All of your gear is unique in the fact that it has no stats, minus the fact that you get 4 dodge, just because without any dodge. I don't know if you could beat the game if you had 0 dodge. But Let's start with weapons. Each weapon comes with a square slot, a triangle slot, and then their class unique slot. So light, heavy, dual. I would say get 1 plus 400 elemental damage gem, and then that's really all you would need to worry about, I think. Beyond that, the other gems don't really matter there. The helmet and the shield. Shield always has prismatic defense, so you never have to worry about elemental damage being taken. And it comes with 3 circle slots. The helmet comes with 4 circle slots. The armor is 2 circles and a hexagon. And the ring is 2 circles, a triangle, and a hexagon. So 2 hexagon setups is pretty good. Beyond that, you have access to all your normal stuff. And then you have access also to the Gem Forge set bonus, which basically says, when competing and beating a battle, if you forge 3 gems together, as such, 2 months, 1 hour of time. Instead of taking an hour, by the way, the challenge for this is no magic. Instead of taking an hour, it will finish at the end of this. So, if I were to somehow cast magic, which is literally impossible, right, that was a block, I had to block that. If I were to somehow cast magic, I would then be kicked out, kind of like how you saw at the start of the video. And then I would have to restart. Didn't happen there, but that's alright. Much better, because otherwise that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the video. Most of the time when you are playing through this, you are going to get gems as rewards. And also, as you can see, that did not take us an hour to complete. Stab, get 30 gold. Wow. That's actually not that bad. I run like stab, gain 29. Oh, actually, it's better than one that I run. Not really worth taking off, though, but anyway. So yeah, you always start with Gem Shard. If you don't have $100, you can get $100 before you come into the game, into this game mode, but if you do have $100, you can buy the heavy and dual weapon. I recommend... Did it just strip my gems of my... What the heck? Did you guys see that? Interesting. It stripped the gems off of these. Oh, that sucks. I actually had, like, decent setups on those. Oh, well. No, actually, no, that was my 500 ice attack gem. What the heck, game? Fine, then. I didn't want it anyway. Okay, so be careful of that. That was a new bug I've never seen. But, whatever. We'll be fine. You're going to want all 3 of the weapons, though, because sometimes combats are going to be like block 20 times, or dodge and block, or dodge and do slashes, stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, that's about all of the breakdown. The goal of this is to do the normal story. So you beat Thane, then you beat the Archivist and the other 2 guys. Beat Thane again, and then you fight Raedriar. Except instead of Raedriar, you end up fighting the God King. We should probably be blocking here. Right, I knew I couldn't block that. But, yeah. After you beat that, you get sent right back to Rebirth 1. So, I guess that's the other big thing to note about this. Probably don't want to be, like, throwing away your entire save file if you're not ready. Because being reset to Rebirth 1 kind of sucks. And you do have to work all the way back up. So this is one of those things that I would typically do at the end, when you feel ready, you know? You'll be geared up, and the enemies won't be too difficult. And then after you complete this, you can just go into New Game Plus. That's what I would do. Anyway. I'm gonna say... most of the time it's not difficult, as long as you have the proper stats. But with each playthrough you do, so like you beat Thane, etc., it's going to scale you up by 1 negative rebirth, which is about, in my judgment, it's about 5 normal rebirths per negative rebirth. You start at like -5, or you start at like 5 to 10, and then you go up by like 5 for each one you do. So -2 is like 10 or 15, etc., etc. It scales up a lot faster. On top of that, the further you go, the harder the challenges get as well. Like, as you'll see, these are probably just going to be like simple things, like, yeah, do 6 horizontal attacks. But at the end of the game, it'll be things like no horizontal attacks plus block 20 times, or dodge 20 times and do only vertical attacks, stuff like that. that about does it for this, though. So instead of continuing here, I'm going to move on to the end of this video, which I recorded previously. And you guys are going to watch me kill the God King and finish the story, just so that I can kind of wrap it up and it shows off the combat a little better and how things work. Anyway, I'll be right back. You guys won't notice a difference. Alright, bye. Alrighty, well, we are now up to the part where we fight the true God King and all that stuff. I've decided that I'm recording this part first because I was just getting my bearings for this game mode. You guys will already have the audio for all the rest of it. Kind of explaining how the game mode works. But we're up to the finale here now. It's been a real pain playing through this, I'll tell you that. We've had some really tough challenges, just like, you know, not taking damage. But if I haven't covered it yet, I'm going to cover it here real quick. If you quit out the game using the hotkey, meaning like hitting start and then exiting the game, right as you fail a challenge, you can retry the challenge anyway without getting kicked out. So it's not necessarily that strict. But I'll probably have gone over the gems that I use in the first half of this video, so I won't go over them here. Anyway, yeah. I think the gem set is really cool. I ended up mastering it on my way through all this. It took me like 5 rebirths, which is literally the minimum I can take. So that's cool. I started at like level 70 something, and I'm now like level 88, yeah. So you get a lot of levels out of it. Anyway, this is what we're doing right before we move on to New Game Plus. So this is pretty cool. Here we go.
Come and face me, you coward!
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you have to do challenges for all these fights too. I could be wrong. But I don't think I am, unfortunately. That might be important, honestly.
So you return, Alsar. However the fool, you won't escape me again. Take him, but be sure to leave the killing blow for my blade.
Why'd they have to make Rage Rayar so cool? Special sale is happening. Oh, I can actually almost afford it this time. This went on sale before, but I couldn't afford it last time, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. I know, a little ridiculous all of a sudden, but I think that's the Captain America shield, right? Yeah. It's decent. We can't use it because you can only equip the gem stuff in this game mode, obviously. Let's see, do we have challenges for these? Do 15 horizontal slashes and attacks. Or dodges and attacks. Oh, jeez. That's a little bit too much damage. Whoops. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I actually get enough attacks out. There we go. Okay, now I just have to make sure I dodge enough, which I'm pretty close. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Like, that's basically how this whole game mode plays, right? And it's been stupidly stressful at times. We're getting close to mastering the weapons, but which we probably won't. No magic plus 5 perfect blocks. So this is basically how I've been playing it, right? Where I go between the different characters. Oh wow, we have a Sheaf plus 57 gem. I knew that. Perfect block. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Let's just damage for like 600 on a perfect block. That doesn't really mean much. But let's do it. Alright. And no magic. Well, this gear can't use magic anyway, so. I'll let you know, perfect blocks are definitely my favorite way to play the game anyway, so this is like totally fine by me. Well, I didn't actually get the slash I needed, but that's okay. Okay. Alright. Well, poor man. He didn't stand a chance, huh? Yeah, this guy, that one wasn't so bad, actually. So, it looks like I'm probably not going to fail any of these unless the last one's, like, take no damage. But I'm assuming it'll be something that will actually help me by... Yeah, so this is kind of cool. I don't know if this was intentional or not. But all three of these weapons that I have are actually, like, the proper things to use. I'll go ahead and put this in there, too, because it doesn't say kill with a scratch, right? Yeah. So I find sword and shield is the best for actually scratching with. Ooh! Well, there you go. I did a vertical attack. I completely forgot it said no vertical attacks. That's my bad. Let's see if it'll actually capture properly. Did it work? Oh, it looks like it worked. Alrighty. No vertical attacks. Horizontal only. Oh my god. Okay, give me a second. I always have to adjust to this one. Oh, of course it had to be something like this. We'll just use blocking and evading, which is, I should be using blocking anyway to be getting the scratches that I need. I'll show you how to get good scratches this time. You can usually get 1 or 2 scratches at a time. If you're blocking, as you can see. Alright, there we go. This is going a little better this time. There you go. Alright, that should be it. Right? Oh, he lived. Sword and shield is also what I recommend if you're trying to get, like, kill with scratches. There we go. That ended up being a little more difficult than it should have been. That's okay. Very nice. And now on to, I believe, the final fight. I actually have no idea how you fight the True God King. So I might be doing this wrong. But I thought it just was him here instead of Raedriar. Yeah, okay. It transformed him during that cutscene. Okay.
I've killed you hundreds of times, but now, finally, you will truly taste death, Elsa.
We shall see.
We shall see. What's really cool is I just actually pulled the rest of this man's armor, too. So, I think we're good just doing sword and shield. You don't have to do anything special for the final bosses. So let's do it. Oh, he's got the original shield, too. Oh. So cool. Yeah, we're pretty strong here, though, I must say. Oh, and he is incredibly weak. Okay. Poor man. He'll have been easier than his grunts. Oh, no. I'm curious. I've actually never done this before in the game, so I'm curious if there's anything special that the worker says after you do this. Oh my goodness, we even pre-combated him here, sort of. Yeah, you see, we finished him off before this area.
Always were a vile, plotting wretch, Elsa. Killing me will not end this, you know.
What makes you think I will let you die that easily?
Silly. And then it's credits. Okay. Ooh, a dual XP gem. From Perry, get 54 XP. Yo. That's more XP than I was getting before. Oh, wow. Huh.
You do realize realize that now every deathless in the world is going to come hunting
I'll
me
find someone to help
for
me.
that blade.
Maybe someone to take the sword off my hands.
Huh.
The
I'm a little
worker of
shocked by that.
secrets.
It actually just doesn't even play the final
Pure
Worker of
fabrication.
Secrets
Nobody
cutscene.
fights back against the deathless.
Interesting.
Nobody.
I did.
You're committed to this foolish course?
I am.
Sadie. She's one of the deathless. An information dealer. If anyone knows
Yeah,
where
this
the
is all
Worker of
normal cutscene
Secrets
stuff.
is,
Interesting.
it'll
Cool.
be her.
What do I have to do?
Sadie has a standing invitation. She loves duels.
Of course she
Any
does.
man who can best her champions wins a prize. Fight your way to...
Okay, so yeah, we've seen all this before. Curious if... Oh, okay, interesting. Are they actually all going to be... Oh yeah, look at that. I now have... I can't equip the gem axe, but I think I can equip the gem... This stuff, right? No, I can't. Oh, I haven't bought it yet. Oh, can I buy them now? Even the weapons? And equip it? Oh, okay, so now I could just master them this way. And I got a second infinity... I am very confused by what's happening, I'll tell you that much. But, cool. Is it going to play the tutorial? Is the real question. No, it doesn't. Okay. I am oh so very confused. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Does it? It doesn't put me into New Game Plus either. No, clearly, no, it doesn't. Alright, well. Looks like it just put me back at the start, but I can master these weapons. So... I don't think I will. Yeah, I ended up gaining a lot of levels. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to end it there. Thank you so very much for watching. I will do the intro after I do the outro, which is really interesting. Anyway, I will see you guys later. If you liked the video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment. I always love chatting with you guys. Anyway, bye.